Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Realm of Fries podcast, episode number 18. I can't believe we've been doing this for 18 weeks. Holy shit. Also, are you getting a sense of deja vu?
I am very much getting a sense of deja vu, mate.
I am getting a sense of deja vu with this episode. I think, there we go. This episode is going to be called Deja Vu straight away. Because, like,
Recorded again, recorded again. At least it's recording now, right? We're all good.
I'm I spying 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm going to put that as a little note for starts. There we are. So, welcome, guys. I am your host, Five Large Fries. Hopefully, this show actually comes out. And joining me today is the very lovely Mr. Flatline Plays.
Hello, all. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for listening.
And of course, the ever so lovely Inferno Rouge 8D.
That's how I left it for you.
There's some left in you. Oh
Oh,
dear. Okay, so let's get the elephant out of the room. So basically, we started this podcast. We started recording this podcast, and what a fucking shit show it was. Like, not literally. It was actually fucking hilarious. We did the intro very similar to how we did it just now, and we both at the same time filled in for Inferno. And then
yeah.
this time we go around and we both were like, "Oh, actually, we're gonna let you do it."
I was thinking in my head, I'll let you do it because you had the better voice for it. And then
Oh,
I bet you were thinking, I'll let him do it.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
the
Oh,
silence.
we just fucking add cricket noises to the fucking thing. Just
You should, mate. That's got to be done.
oh, I'm too lazy to do that. I'm just gonna send it as it is. Just fucking punt it in there like that. And the other thing as well is like because we're recording this earlier, I actually explained this as well. We usually record for about like 1 o'clock, and my alarm went off for like quarter to one, so I usually give it like quarter of an hour to like try and wake up ready for the show. But the alarm went off mid-show, and I'm just like, oh no. But at
This is
least,
going weird today, mate. I thought we were recording at 12 for some reason. I don't know what's going on with me today.
nah, mate, this is gonna be like the fucked fucking show, the actual fucked show. But hey, man, we got some fucking stuff to talk about because there is a game that I think you would like, and I don't know if it's on Xbox, but I know it's on PC, and it's so fucking good, and I really want to talk about it. In fact, I might talk about it like right now.
Yeah, do it, mate. What are we talking?
Okay, so why don't we both go through what we've played this week? So I'm going to talk about what I've played. I'm not going to lie, totally ripping off the 360 Gamercast podcast. They like to go through what they've played and then go through news after. So I'm totally ripping you guys off. Anyway, that's the what do they call that? That's a name drop.
Inspiration, mate. That's all that is.
That's a fucking name drop right there. That's a name drop.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Name drop me, motherfuckers. No, I'm joking. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. So I've played a game. It's called Inscription. So the way it's spelled is IN and then it's INS and then it's crypt. So like a crypt and then shun. So it's Inscription. It's made by Devolver. So they make like some really fucking wild games anyway. Really fun, entertaining games. So the idea behind this is it's a turn-based game. So it's like a
It's a
card.
card game.
It's
I've
a card.
seen this, mate.
Yes.
Carry on, dude.
So it's a card-based game with an element of sort of like escape room type of puzzles to it. They're not like hard puzzles by any like stretch of the imagination. They're pretty easy. So the main game's solely based on the whole card-based type of thing. And it's genuinely really enjoyable. I think I've put in a fair few hours into it. I streamed it for a little bit to like two people. But there's a lot of people playing it though. I looked on Twitch like at the time and there was like so many people. I'm like, yeah, people aren't gonna watch someone that like barely streams. So I streamed it regardless, and I enjoyed my time doing so. And that's what I do it for. Um, that sounds like I was being negative. I wasn't being negative. I mean, I was genuinely fucking hyped to play this game, and I was genuinely hyped to stream it, and it was a genuinely really good experience. The game, like, so you start off and like you have like one card and it starts talking to you and like, hey, this is fucking weird, and it's like giving you like little hints to unlock like different cards, and you unlock another card and the card starts talking to you, and then like as they sort of like as you go on through the game, it's really weird. It's like these cards like because it's also sort of like a roguelite in a way. So like, you die, you go back, you make the run again, you die, and you make different builds and get different cards and stuff. And it's generally really enjoyable. So like, you have to like, you put like, there's like one mechanic where you sacrifice one card and give its properties to another card, which I think is really cool. So you can have like a card that costs like one blood, and I'll talk about that mechanic in a second. So like, you put that one blood card up, and then you have like a mechanic that will be like, you can sacrifice this card and it won't actually like leave the table type of thing. And you basically can give that to that, or you have like the pack rat like card, which is really like a really good card. The
It
idea
looks
behind, sorry,
it
Karen.
looks that's right, mate. It looks interesting. I saw it a while back. Another name dropped. I watch Skill Up quite a lot on YouTube,
Okay, yeah.
and this is one of his one to watch. And to be fair, yeah, it looks damn good. I'm not sure. I think it's on Xbox.
I did look for it on the Microsoft Store to see if it was on Game Pass, because I'm not making that same mistake twice. Like,
Yeah,
mate, there's so many games that I've bought on Steam recently that I've looked on Game Pass. Like, literally last night, I'm like, oh, I bought that. Oh, I bought that. Oh, I bought that. I'm like, okay, I could have saved myself like fucking 150 to 200 quid, like in just like 3 games. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like,
you pay
okay,
for Game Pass, and then yeah, you've got to
yeah,
check, haven't you? I've just
yeah,
looked it up, mate. Inscription is only a PC game at the moment. They might be putting it over to console, but to be fair, it's not like it's a demanding game. I'll be able to play it really easily on my PC.
yeah.
It's not like you need the newest graphics card for it.
No, you need a 3080 Ti for it, like at the
Oh
very least.
man,
Like
damn it.
it's so, but mate, nah, it's not a demanding game by any stretch of the imagination. In terms of graphics and stuff, like my computer ran it fine, but then like my computer runs everything fine because humble brag, I now have a supercomputer. Jolly good. Still don't remember to fucking hit record though, do I? Fucking dumbass. But
Well, mate, to be fair, that 30, I will get a decent graphics card one day. It will come.
oh mate, like I tell you now, this thing is so fucking good. But like I love it. I love it so much. Like I was playing the new, because we spoke about this actually on the podcast that you weren't here. The Battlefield beta. Did you get a chance to play that by any chance?
Unfortunately, not. I was away on holiday. So I had a week away, didn't I? The first time in like over a year. It wasn't exactly far. I just went, a few hours away, spent a bit of time doing some fishing, some walking and bits and bobs, but still, like, no games for a week. Weird. And that was the week that Battlefield decided to do its beta.
Mate, that beta was fun. Like they
It
only
was
did,
broken, wasn't it?
there was some broken bits to it, yeah. Admittedly. Like thankfully I didn't, like the only glitch I had was like this really very brief visual glitch on like the HUD, where like there was a tiny bit that's meant to be like a small little arrow or something like that, and it ended up like glitching like across the screen and tearing across the screen. Um, but
It's weird how they do it sometimes, isn't it? Some of the
yeah,
bugs are just like
but
baffling.
what you gotta remember, and I mean, I'm not saying this like I'm just playing devil's advocate at this point. Like,
Yeah.
what you gotta remember is this is a build that's like a fair few like months like behind like the current build that we're gonna be seeing. Like,
It was
you know,
2 months behind, wasn't it?
something
Which
like that.
means that they had 3 months to fix it in theory. Which in theory they probably will. But there's silly things like I noticed, like the animations when people climb up ladders and stuff. Because I've been looking into it a lot when I, went over to play it,
Hmm.
and some of it just looks janky. But obviously they probably will fix it. Some of the hit registration as well looks really odd on sometimes. Other
Oh,
people's is fine.
see now, I
Uh,
I'm gonna call that right there. I had no issues with the beta at all. Like in terms of hit
good.
registration and stuff, I never got into a fight where I'm like, why am I missing? Like, why are my bullets not registering? Like everything registered fine. My accuracy was really good, but then I was playing mouse and keyboard for the first time in like years,
Yeah.
and visually the game looks so fucking good. But then it will do when you've got all your settings turned up to max. Again, sorry, I'm not. I genuinely am not bragging about this computer, by the way. I'm just like, I just,
No, it's nice to be able to do that, mate. 'Cause it's
yeah,
been years since you could. I'd be the same, mate. The reason I got the Series X is just because, on its own, it's cheaper than bloody a good graphics card. Let alone
exactly,
like the
exactly.
rest of it.
Like, I'd be real. I mean, I, I did buy my consoles on a flex. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but at the same time, like I also bought them knowing that before I got this upgrade that they were more powerful than my current computer.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, it makes sense at that point. I was playing a lot of console games and stuff. Like if and when. I think the only PC game I was playing at the time was either Final Fantasy 14 or, I mean, obviously not at the time when these consoles came out, but uh, VR chat I was playing a lot of, so I didn't really like have a need for a beastie PC. But like as time went on, and in fairness, I kind of had my arm twisted a little bit as well with this. I'll talk about that in a second. And I say twisted, it wasn't twisted. It was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna explain it.
You
So
were gently nudged.
gently nudged, yes. So my younger brother, I think there was something wrong with his computer. Like it was overheating or something. I'm not sure. His computer wasn't as high end as mine either. My previous one, because my previous one had better parts than his. But he was telling me how like his computer would like overheat and it would reset a lot and stuff. Or it would just turn itself off. And I like I love my brother to bits, and I know that like he really enjoys like gaming on his computer. I know he enjoys like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. And I know how pissed off that I would be if my computer was doing that, or if like my console was doing that, like constantly like turning itself off or constantly like overheating and stuff. So I was like, well, fuck it. I said, I'm looking at getting an upgrade. I was like, you can just have mine when I do. And literally the same day that I was talking to him, I looked on Amazon, right? And I I saw the 3080 Ti that I was eyeing up anyway. It was in stock, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna fucking buy it because like this is like, you know, like say it's rarer than fucking rocking horse shit. So so I bought it, and then I went through the process of buying all the other bits and bobs, and here we are today. And he has my old computer, I have my
That's
computer.
really nice of you, though, man. I know
Oh,
it's like being a gamer and not being able to game at all is, yeah, not being able to game at all is bad. Especially if your PC's resetting all the time, you're getting issues and you can't afford the upgrade. So it's nice that you did that, man. Fair play.
yeah, and like because I was planning on getting a new computer anyway. I've always wanted to get like an actual beastie PC, like since my computer started getting outdated by the 2020 series. Like even when the 20 series came out, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get myself a 2080 Ti. I'm gonna get a 2080 Ti. I'm gonna get this, and I think it was an i9 10 series at the time or something. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna get like 32 gigs of RAM because I was only running 16. And then in the end, I was like, nah, fuck it, boom. And I spent so much money on this computer, and like to be honest, I'd probably spend a little bit more to get like new. I need to get new monitors because I'm still running 1080 monitors, which is kind of funny considering like it's a computer that does
Qu-
4K.
Quite easily up to 4K. I'm surprised you. I understand it. Like at the moment, I wouldn't really fork out. Well, it depends how much money you've got, but a 4K 120 monitor are just really expensive. 4K 60 monitor is okay, but a
Mm,
2K 120 monitor is quite well priced at the moment.
yeah, I think if I'm totally honest with you, if I'm gonna get new monitors, it's gonna be next year. Like that's
Yeah,
Um, I think the one thing that's on my radar of something to buy is a graphics tablet for my computer. I'm kind of getting an itch to do some animation. I've
your
been
drawing, even on paint, is pretty good, mate. You know. So
mate like I
even
was
with mouse,
like here's the thing, I was drawing on the art chat last night, and I had people like telling me that like my art style was very similar to that of Rick and Morty, and I'm like, excuse me, what? I was like, my drawings are shit, what you on about? Like because I never like big myself up in that sort of sense, like obviously like I'll have a humble brag about certain things. Like I think everyone does, I say humble, like I'll go, oh yeah, I've got myself a new computer, I've got myself this, but these are like purchases. These are like physical things. They're like I'm trying to think of the correct word. I want it to sound posh, and I'm not fucking posh. What's the fucking thing? Material. There's the
they're
word.
materialistic.
Materialistic. That's what I was looking for. Um, yeah. So these are all materialistic things, and they don't really carry any weight. Whereas like, oh yeah, like I do this, I do that, I can do this. Like like skills type of thing. Like I never big myself up on skills. Like if you look at me, like we do a podcast, and you would certainly class that as a skill, being able to host a podcast and like being able to continually think about like different things. Now granted, I'm not professional by any means. There is a lot of like filler words that we use, like I say like, and I say and like I think we all do. And it's one of those things. It's one of those things. A lot of people can't fill dead air, so to speak, and dead air being like the period of time where nothing's being said, and if it goes on for a long period, that's called like dead air, and it's usually after like a couple of seconds, I would say, pretty much. Would you?
Yeah, I mean, no one likes dead air, mate. You've got to have and like you say, you are. I've known you for a long time, mate. You don't brag. You've never been one to brag about stuff. So, like, when you got your new PC, you didn't even brag about that. You just went, "I'm happy I've got it. Look, nice. I can actually do it now." You know,
I
it's not bragging, mate.
yeah.
That's just being happy with your purchase, dude. It's not like every 5 minutes you're like, mine's better than yours.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would be bragging.
I think like I'll bite into the excitement a little bit, because I think everyone gets excited when they buy something new that's like, like getting a PC of that extreme is exciting for anyone, like especially if it's your hobby as well, right? If gaming's your hobby, if playing on computers and all that stuff, if that's your hobby, then you're naturally going to be excited if you're getting like the latest and greatest like technology, right?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, so I'll bite into that, and I admittedly, I will come off as bragging, and I know that. But when it comes to like when it comes to like skills and like talking about like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. Like I don't like doing it. I really don't, because like it does come off a little bit pretentious in a way. At least I feel like I come off pretentious when I talk about like things like that. So if I was to turn around to you now and be like, "Oh yeah, Flatline, I can probably last like longer in the sack than you," like that's really pretentious.
Well, there's no prizes coming second, mate.
True, true. But
Well, you're talking about Inscription though, dude. Like that game, I'm definitely going to check that out now. There is a demo. It seems for free, but how much is it to buy?
good question. Good question. Where is my wallet? I have
Good
no idea.
question, Eduardo.
I have no idea.
Not expensive, is it?
It's not expensive. I think it's like
No,
15, 16 quid.
that's all right.
Where is it?
It's not like it's a £40 game, is
Oh,
it?
I paid £15.11.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Devolver Digital are really coming out with some good stuff in the past few years.
Yeah, exactly. Like they come out with
They're
like,
huge.
yeah, they come out with like great games. They're fun. They're addictive. Like honestly, that's a developer to keep your eye on, because like I really do hope that they I feel like they've kind of expanded as well. Sorry,
They've
excuse me.
become bigger. They've definitely become bigger, mate. Did you
Mm.
watch their E3 presentations?
Oh man, some of them. I say some of them. The majority of them are so fucking funny.
They're different. I like it.
Yeah.
And so those that are listening that have never watched Devolver Digital's E3 presentations, because they are a bit, harder to find. They're not in the main setup kind of thing. Watch them. They're different. They're totally different than anyone else that does these E3 things. They're generally quite funny.
Mate, they just like rip like mainstream media apart anyway, and I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Like they are one developer that I will 100% support. Like even if it's a game that I'm like, it might not be my cup of tea. Like I'll look into it and be like, okay, yeah, because didn't they make like I'm pretty sure they made like My Name is Pedro and stuff like that. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's always games like that, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's
They're always a
always
good laugh.
yeah, it's always these fun looking games. You're like, okay, that looks really fun. And then you have some that are like really in depth. It's also like Adult Swim make some really good games as well. Saying that they made Kingsway, like if you've not played that, let me just let me tell you, like it is so fucking good. It's basically the premise behind it is it looks like one of those Windows 95, maybe even earlier type of desktops, and you're playing an RPG on it, and like all like the encounters are done through like pop-ups and stuff like that. So like, you know, an enemy encounter will come up as a pop-up and you have to like press the buttons on there to like attack it. But like the sometimes like that pop-up window will like start moving and you have to like click it in certain ways. You have to like click the block button, click the defend button, click, you know, sometimes they'll throw like a projectile at you, so you have to then that's another pop-up window that comes up, so you have to like click the avoid button on that pop-up window, and it's just like there's a lot to it. And obviously you have like the
Different. I like it. I like the sound of that. It's
it
different, you know.
it's so fun and it's so addictive, and it kind of has that old like text based like RPG element to it, and it is so fun. It is so fun. You go there, you click it, you know, you get your different like equipment and stuff, different, you know, you level up and you have your different bags. So you have an inventory system that you put stuff in. You have to manage the weight in there as well, so you can't exceed like the weight limit. So you then sort of juggling around. It's like, oh, do I want this? Do I want that? Can I put like these little things in a different bag to free up just that small amount of space to put the rest of my stuff in? It's, mate, Kingsway is amazing. If you've never played that, like, definitely do it.
Kingsway. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, like, sorry, I was just making some notes here.
So what else have you been playing today? This week, mate. Just Inscription mainly, or
So I played Inscription. I don't think I played Kingsway. I think I played Slay the Spire. Because it's been like 2 weeks now since we did this podcast. I played a lot of VR chat. VR chat's been like the staple of what I've been doing recently. That and sleeping, right? I'm just trying to think, like, what other games have I done? Let me. Oh, I played a bit of Undertale because I still need to complete that.
I've never played it, mate. Everybody raves about it. I've
It's
seen a lot of it. You know, it looks good, but I've
like
just never played it.
it's good. There's a lot of humor to it, and you know me, I love my comedies. I love humor and stuff. Like I feel like humor is just my thing. Like I love it. Like I may be an unfunny cunt, but like man, when it comes to humor,
Things that make me laugh are my jam.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But nah, actually, saying that, the one thing that I would say that I've got going for me is I would say that I am funny. Like, that's the only good trope that I would say about myself is, yeah, I'm a funny guy.
I'm a funny fucker.
I'm a funny fucker. I can make people laugh. That's I know that for a fact because I always get a laugh out of people. Now, see that's where I'm bragging. There we go. There's your fucking brag right there.
You've got to have a little bit, mate. You've got to have a little bit.
Just
Everybody's entitled.
just stroking my ego a little bit, and that's my pet name for my cock.
Nice. What, my?
Yeah, yeah. Fucking shits everywhere though. I was hoping it would lay eggs, but it's the male, isn't it? The cock's the male. You need a hen for the fucking eggs. I was devastated.
Eggs, mate.
Devastated.
Cock ain't gonna do nothing for you, mate.
My
Just
cock,
wake you up in the morning.
mate. My cock. All it does is wakes me up in the morning. Makes life hard in the morning. It's trouble, and it doesn't fucking shoot eggs. It doesn't shoot eggs, mate.
No golden egg for you, son.
No golden egg. Just a bunch of shit and cum.
There we go. There it is.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
But yeah, mate, sex jokes, low hanging fruit. Like a sex joke will always get a laugh. Always. And poop. Sex and poop. Mix them together. Not a fun time unless you're into scat.
I was going to say, there's websites for that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so Undertale. Sorry, we're getting a little sidetracked by sex. Undertale's really fun. It's a really old game. They've got there's like a sequel / prequel that's coming out. There's like 2 chapters of that out now or something, which is called Deltarune, which is why I kind of want to play Undertale because I want to complete it so that I can get a little bit more understanding for that.
How many hours into it are you? How far? How
Not
many
that
hours
far.
is the game roughly?
I
don't
have
know.
no idea, to be honest. All I know is when I looked up my playtime on Steam, it said like 3 hours, and then when I looked at my save on the actual thing, it said that I was close to an hour, so I must be getting close to where I left off. because I feel like I sped run through the beginning of the game. But Undertale's fun. There's a lot of humor to it, a lot of humor. It is, yeah, it it's one of those games where like you just need to play it. You just genuinely need to play it. I think it's on Xbox
They're
as well. So
they're
like,
saying online that it's about 6 hours, but there's a lot more if you decide to look around, you know what I mean? And
mm,
look on everything.
yeah, exactly. The music in that game is like really fucking good as well. I think the guy that made it is like Toby Fox, I think. Quote me if I'm wrong. In fact, look it up for me because I can't be bothered to bring Google up. But Toby Fox, I'm pretty sure made Undertale. I don't know if he made it on his own, but I know he's like one of the main people. But yeah, such a good game. Like if you've never played Undertale, definitely give it a go. It's 8-bit. It's an 8-bit style of game, but it's very
Yeah,
unique.
Toby Fox, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought so.
seems
Go on.
yeah, it seems to be Toby Fox.
Yeah, but definitely give it a go. I think it might even be on Game Pass.
It's definitely on Xbox.
I think it
I'm
might be
just
on Game
looking.
Pass. Have a look. Have a look. See, you can be the researcher of the fucking podcast today. I can't bother to look anything up.
Undertale is coming to Game Pass. That was yeah, I
I'm
think
pretty
it is.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's already on there. I'm sure I saw it on there the other night actually, saying that when I was looking at games to play. But yeah, the other thing saying that, which you missed out on, and I think Inferno missed out on as well, because I think you were all playing Rocket League at the time, is the brand new Jackbox Party Pack 8. We played that on launch, which was last Thursday, and my god, that game is so fucking fun. Like
Is
it
it
is,
good? I saw the trailer.
mate, it's amazing. So I feel like every single one has had like a quiz version like added to it. Like so there's always like a trivia style of mini game or party game, and this is no exception. There's the wheel of enormous proportions, and what I love about this is right at the beginning you ask the wheel a question, so it can be like any question. You type it in, and like if you win, you get that like question answered. Yeah, you win the whole party, the whole game, and you get that question answered. And the thing is, as you're going through, you're getting like these questions, and it's things like, oh, name like Lord of the Rings characters for just as a pure example, right? And you get like something like 10 different like things that pop up on your screen, and it'll be like, like you have like Frodo there, Gandalf, then you have like things like fucking Harry Potter, or some
Yeah,
question like
some red herrings.
some red herrings in there, definitely. And you got to select as many of those as you can. Um, and there's so many. It's not like one, two, three, or four. It's not like those type. It's like there's 10 choices you have to pick from each time. And the idea is the person who scores the most will earn like a slice to put on the wheel. And obviously, the more slices you have on the wheel, the more points that you can get when the wheel's spun. Because you go through, I think it's like 3 different questions, and then you spin the wheel a bunch of times, and that's how you get your points. And the idea is the person who gets 20,000 points gets the chance to spin the winner wheel, and that's obviously you get a chance of either you win or you go back to spinning the wheel again and going through the questions. And it is generally really fun. When a lot of these Jackbox games, I'll tell you now, when you describe them in paper and like in audio like version, like they seem like it's like okay, they sound really boring, but like when you play them, it's like damn, I want to play fucking more. They
Yeah, every time I've played a Jackbox, I've had fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, they're
exactly.
brilliant little games, and I definitely look forward to playing that new one.
The
And the fact that you've got it makes it easy, man. It means I
mate,
can jump on in.
mate, I will always buy the Jackbox games. I've got boxes 1 through to 8, so I have every single Jackbox now.
Do
Um,
you have any of the originals, the quizzes?
good question. I have no idea. Unless if they're not included in the thing, then probably not. Like,
No, they're called like it's something. It's called You Don't Know Jack, isn't it? That was their original take.
yeah, I want. I
But,
think I think they're implemented in the actual boxes.
ooh,
I think so. I'll have to have a look. Like, I'll look
I
after
remember
the show.
playing it on
Like,
my. I remember playing on my 486, man, on my first ever PC. Like it was on a
yeah,
demo disc of You Don't Know Jack, and it was yeah, so it's been with me my whole PC life
mate.
in some way or another.
mate. There's another game in there that I think you'll like. There's in fact there's two. There's that drawful, but it's drawful animate. So the idea is you draw like one scene, and then you have to like you only get 2 frames to draw basically, and you have to
Cool.
like animate like certain things. So it'll be like priest for example, and then you draw like
Oh
it
no.
insert Catholic joke here that everyone makes because I'm not making that joke. It's an easy joke to make. It's an easy joke to make, but you get the idea. It was the first thing that popped in my head. Um, but yeah, so you got that, and then you've got there's another one. I think it's I can't remember what it is. It's like a murder game type of thing, and the idea is you bring a guest along to this party, right? And you have I can't remember. Fuck, my mind's drawing a blank. But the idea is you have to draw a murder weapon, right? But what it is so you have your username. So like I'll have like fries, you'll have flatline, right? But it will ask you to draw like a machete, right? And it will give you a letter from your name, and you have to hide that in your drawing.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like if you draw a machete, you could use like the F for the handle, for example, right?
Yeah.
Or like for me, like fries, it might ask me to draw like I mean, it's asks you to draw some really weird things like tanks and stuff like that, and I'm just like, bruh. Um,
The
but
tank as a weapon, as a Cluedo weapon.
yeah, but yeah. So you have to draw that, and then the idea is you've got to you bring a guest in. I think you have 2 guests or whatever. I don't know. So you bring a guest and you name them, and you have to guess who brought that guest. And if you guess right, then that guest gets murdered, basically. It's a weird game. It's a weird game, but it's really fucking fun. And we had some really fucking weird names coming out, like real weirds. Like I fucking named one saying, "Don't kill me, I'm innocent, please." He fucking got killed.
Of course you're gonna get slap.
But yeah, so that's there's that one, and what's the other one in there? Oh god, I'm gonna have to load it up, and I can't load it up because I'm recording. But there's what's it called? It's
That
like a
one.
poll. It's like so. The idea is you
Oh, the
have
massive pole.
no. So like the idea is like it'd be oh the best one was like name like you vote on like which prehistoric animal you would like to see come back to life, right? And it'll be like Tyrannosaurus Rex, saber-toothed tiger, right? And then there's a fucking joke one in there, fucking Vincent Van Gogh. What a fucking animal. But the idea is like everyone in there like votes for what they want. So that you obviously number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, like that. And the idea is you have to like find out which one out of the group, because obviously it goes through the thing, and it puts everyone's votes together, and it puts them in like the actual order that they would be in. And the idea is you have to like find out like which ones were voted the highest, and then going from like one, two, three, four, and then after a while, it's like okay, now you got to find the least voted one and go from 8 to 1. Is really fun, man. It's really fun.
I'll definitely have to give those a look. I like the old Jackbox games. Every party pack that I've played's got at least one game that's really good. And the other ones are normally pretty good, you know.
Oh
Normally
yeah,
there's one standout game. What's that one? The T-shirt one was pretty good.
I
TKO.
I love TKO, man. That's probably like my favorite one in the entire fucking packs. Like is
Shame I can't
TKO.
draw, but still I'll have a laugh with it.
Mate, I can't draw. I can't draw to
Like
save my life.
you can compared to a lot of people. Like yeah,
Nah. Like, did we talk about this? I can't remember. Like, this is.
yeah.
Did we
We
talk
spoke
about
about
this at the
it.
beginning?
Yeah, so you're gonna get your pad. You're
I
gonna
don't know
start
if we
drawing
did.
properly.
I think we did, and then I noticed that we weren't recording. I can't remember.
No, we did, mate. I think so. I think it's included, dude.
Deja vu, mate. Deja vu.
Deja vu. It's the whole podcast.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, it's like people were saying like, "Oh yeah, your art style's like Rick and Morty," and I'm like, wait, what? I was like, have you seen that show? Like, this is not that. Like, mine's like stickmen compared to that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I can't draw to save my life. If someone said, "Oh yeah, draw me this," I'd be like, "Nah, sorry, mate. I'm fucking dead."
Deadwood to you.
And they like put a gun to me. They put the gun to my head, like, draw this now, or I'll fucking shoot you. I'm like, I'll just grab the gun, and be like, okay, do it myself.
Draw a cat or die. You're like, oh, screw it, it's over.
Oh mate, I can't draw animals to save my life, but like you ask me to draw a person and I'm just like drawing fucking like big googly eyes and fucking nostrils and stuff. I love it. I love it. It sounds like
What
I'm
else
drawing
have you been playing there, mate?
that sounded like I was drawing a freak of nature. What else have I been playing? Obviously I've been playing VR chat. I've been like, I really enjoyed that. I played a bit of Bejeweled, actually saying that.
Jeweled.
Bejeweled 3 because I own it on PC for some reason, and I was playing the Lightning version, which is kind of like the weird Facebook game that they did, like Blitz or some shit. I don't fucking know. Well, I do know, I just can't remember the actual naming for it. So basically, the idea is you get like 1 minute and you have to clear and get the biggest score you can, but like you can unlock more time with these like little power up things that drop down every so often. Mate, simple
But
games like that.
it's like Alleyway 2.0.
Never played that, mate.
You never played Alleyway, so Alleyway was
I've been
basically
down
the,
an
the
alleyway.
original. Have you? Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, not down my way.
Oh no.
So Alleyway, mate, was literally like one of the first ones. You just had a platform down the bottom that you could control left and right. You had blocks up the top, and you had a ball that dropped down. You had to, you had to move the platform at the bottom to hit the ball,
Oh
maybe come
shit.
back up, hit the stuff at the top.
I remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you had to clear all the blocks, didn't you?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Fuck, I did play alleyway. Yeah, I just didn't know that was what it was called.
You didn't.
I'm
That's harsh, man.
man.
Harsh
Oh,
times.
oh,
There you go. Everybody's played a bit of Alleyway.
oh, mate, mate,
It's not some kind of dodgy game.
mate.
That's old school, that is. So,
That is.
and that was we're talking Game Boy times.
Yeah, man. Even further than that, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's on the old Ataris as well. It must
Proper
have been.
classic.
Yeah. Um, what else I played? I played. Obviously, I'm not going to go into these older games like too much. Everyone knows what Bejeweled is. If you don't know what Bejeweled is, just look it up. It's old. It's a puzzle game. You match like 3 gems type of thing. Is what it is. And then I played Peggle, the original Peggle, because I just fancy playing it.
Well, that's the one I was thinking of. Peggle.
Peggle, yeah, where you fire the ball
Yeah.
down. It's kind of like pachinko in a way. And you gotta get like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like I don't know why. I kind of wanted to like, in a way, I was like, oh, I kind of want to play some like weird pachinko type shit. And then I was like, oh yeah, Peggle. I was like, okay, I own Peggle on PC, so I was like, fuck it, there we go, easy clap.
Easy clap.
Yeah, I want to play Peggle too, but I think that was only a console. I think that was a console exclusive. I think for 360. I think,
I mean, I think it's on the Xbox, yeah, but I didn't realize it was exclusive. And that's a bit
mate,
weird, isn't it?
mate, yeah,
Well, weird. I mean, who sat down in, what I mean? Imagine like Microsoft, all the big guys sat in a meeting. They're like, "What we're going to get this month, guys?" And then one of them pokes his head up and goes, "Mate, I've secured Peggle too." And they're like, "Yes!" All start clapping. And then they're like, "Right, we're done, boys. Let's go. It's a whole month done. Someone secured Peggle 2 as a console exclusive."
yeah. It was
Like,
it.
what?
Yeah, Peggle 2. Literally, it only came out on the 360, the PlayStation 4, and obviously it's on the Xbox One as well. So,
Why?
but like, why? It's the
Yeah,
same as like Plants vs Zombies 2. I think that's a mobile exclusive.
that's on console as well, mate.
Nah, Plants vs Zombies 2
Garden
is
Warfare 2.
not Garden Warfare 2. No, just
Oh,
Plants vs Zombies.
yeah.
The sequel to the actual like tower defense typey thing. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. Let me just look at that. Yeah, it's literally a mobile only game. Plants vs Zombies 2. That I'm devastated. Like I wanted to play that on console back in the day when I first heard about it, and then because it came out in 2013, right? Yeah, so I wanted to play that on console, and then it's like now I want to play it on PC. Now it's like I can't fucking do that unless I get an emulator, and I can't be bothered to download an emulator because I'm
That's
lazy.
hassle.
It's hassle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hassle. A lot of hassle.
but Garden Warfare is really fun, and Garden Warfare 2, like I really enjoyed that, but I don't know if many people play it though.
So I played the first one a bit. First one when it first came out.
Mate, we
What
smashed
I
that.
noticed, yeah, there's a lot of
Mm.
a lot of youngsters must play it, mate. we were playing it as a group of four of us. I think you were joining in at points as well. We were just absolutely smashing it. Every time we joined, we'd win every single game. You know what I mean?
Oh
And it's
yeah,
just like you feel a bit sorry for him sometimes by the end of it.
I remember
Because
in.
obviously it's
Sorry,
more
go
of a
on.
youngster's game, and you're just in there smashing them. You just imagine like an adult running into a playground just fucking windmilling in. You know what I mean?
Mate, I wouldn't want to imagine an adult windmilling in a playground like that. That's
Wrong kind of one. God damn it.
Oh, but yeah, I remember the Garden Warfare 2 when it came out. There was a glitch, and I don't know if they've still got it in there or not. But there was it was the Citron character. It's like the orange like that you can play. And if you don't know what Garden Warfare 2 is or Garden Warfare in general, it's very much like, in fact, if Garden Warfare 2 especially, I can't remember much about 1. I think it was the same, but it's very much like Overwatch, right? If I remember rightly, like you had points to
Yeah,
capture and then like carts to push and stuff like that.
good old Team Fortress as well. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, a
yeah.
bit
Team
more battle.
Fortress, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, but there was
a little
a
bit of Battlefield in there as well.
yes, 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 yes. Um, but there was a character. It was called Citron, and you could basically at the start of the game, you could use one of their abilities to break through like that barrier that's stopping you from going out before like the zombies do their defensing when they're defending, and you could go out there and wreak some fucking havoc before they've even like realized what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy. I think I made a video on it actually saying that, but I don't know if that got patched out or not because I remember it working for a long time. And people like there's people will be there because obviously it does. You got the big whole like countdown at the top, and then it's like, oh, and then it comes up saying like, oh, they're attacking type of thing. Um, but yeah, like I remember like going in there, and I was just like I get messages like calling me a hacker and stuff, and I'm just like, nah, it's just a glitch, mate.
it's a
Sorry.
glitch, simple glitch.
It's like until they patch it out, I'm gonna. Nah, I'm not. I don't abuse glitches. Like I when I found it out, I wanted to make sure it wasn't just like a one-off thing, so I kind of like kept on doing it. Yeah, yeah. It was but
Yeah, that'd be interesting to know if they fixed that.
I will admit that I did I did use it and I did like kill a few people like just because like what else are you gonna do when you're out there? You're gonna let them fucking like kill you and build up ultimate and stuff? Like nah, fuck off.
Mate, if the game gives you an easy glitch like that, then you're going to take it just for the laugh
Yeah.
until they fix it.
But like once I figured it out, like I think I sent a video to them or something, and I can't remember if anything else come of it. But yeah, I remember actually saying that going back deja vu a little bit. Actually saying that I've just clicked on to how I realized that I wasn't recording. So I was gonna say like a little bit of an insight here we go deja vu again. I can't remember the fucking behind the scenes. There we go. I was looking for the phrase like when I first recorded, and I couldn't get it then, and I couldn't get it now. But a little bit behind the scenes for you. So we record this show on OBS, right? Or I do, shall I say? And like when I've got OBS open, the little light on my webcam like lights up. So there's a part of me that's like looking at it, going, "Shit, am I fucking showing my tits off on camera?" You know what I mean? Like I was like, and then I'm looking at it going like, shit, am I live?
Oh,
I was like, am I live? Are people seeing me? Like, are they seeing this? But
so like when I'm not streaming, I instantly shut my camera. I turn off OBS to turn it back on just in case, and I go straight over to a separate scene that's just capture card, and I mute my microphone and everything and my party chat because I'm a bit paranoid.
I'm not
I'm a
that
bit paranoid.
paranoid. I'm not that paranoid. But when the light comes on, you start looking, and you start thinking, who's watching?
Hmm.
Um, like to be quite frank, like I mean, I know I should, but I don't show anything like near the camera that could, I wouldn't say get me in trouble, but get me to compromise my security, like passwords or anything like that.
Well, of course, same,
Um,
but like sometimes I could be just sat here buying something, you know. Excuse my dog. Decided to have to post through. She's a pretty good dog, right? But when it comes to the postman, she absolutely hates it.
yeah,
Hates it. Just goes and bites that mail.
fucking. So I can't pay my bills. My dog ate them. Dog ate my bills. Sorry.
But one handy thing is she does bring it over for me. What we
Ah,
got? What we got? Ah, right. It is a leaflet to go on a cruise. I won't be doing that. Yep, you
oh.
can eat that.
but but yeah, like I got no issues. Like I'm pretty shameless. Like you get those. Have you ever had those spam emails where they're like, oh yeah, we've got a video of you jacking it off to porn. And it's like, oh, you got a nice taste, by the way. It says if you don't send us X amount of like Bitcoin, then we'll send it to all your friends on Facebook. Mate, I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't care if
Yeah,
someone was
same.
like I'll be like, yeah, fuck it. I was like, fucking do it. Release a video of me fucking jerking it. Like, people will be fucking impressed. They'll be like, oh, mate, he's got a nice cock.
He goes for it. Look at him
Yeah,
go. You know what I mean?
look at him. He's
Jesus.
ragging the daylights out of that
That's a
fuck.
strong, that's a strong arm right there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind either. I'd just laugh it off, mate. I'd laugh that off. I mean, like I've had it before. I've been in stream, people being like, I've got pictures of you," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, like there's videos online of me. Like, I
Mate,
don't get it. Like, oh, we've got pictures of you making funny faces. I've had it once, and I was like, cool, okay,
yeah,
enjoy it.
it's.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll put another funny face for you if you really want. Oh God. I'm not. I'm the same on that aspect. I couldn't care if someone's because that's why I put myself online because I'm obviously not that bothered about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, if you're gonna be like streaming and like making YouTube videos and stuff, especially if you got a webcam, like you need to be comfortable in your own body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, like, sorry, I was just, like, if you ever hear me like shut the fuck up for like 2 seconds, it's because I'm like trying to write notes. I'm like trying to write notes so that I know exactly what we talked about because the last few times because again to give you guys a little bit of backstory how I do this I'm lazy as fuck, right? All I do is I chop what I think would be funny off for like the outtakes at the beginning and I put them at the end. I put a little bleep at the end and then that's it. I just fire the fucking podcast up as it is. I don't edit nothing else out. Like I just just it's like a fire and
Raw.
forget type of thing, right?
It's raw, mate. Raw.
Yeah.
I
But
like
like
it.
I mean I do like that though because it gives you like that sense of like just actually hanging out with the boys type of thing feel rather than like this professional, oh well, this has been scripted. He knows exactly what he's talking about and he's edited out the word fuck like 20 times because
Yeah.
somebody complained. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a more real kind of podcast, isn't it, that you do? Because it
yeah,
is what you know. It is what it is. Whatever goes goes, kind of thing. And there's a lot of benefit to that as well.
I don't even know where I was going with this trailer of thought, I'm not gonna lie.
So like this week, mate, or the last couple of weeks, I've been playing quite a bit of odds and ends. Um, I've been playing like a lot of Rocket League, to be honest. Been getting right into my
Yeah.
Rocket League again. Back for Blood, really good.
Oh
You've
yes,
you've only played a little bit of that, haven't you?
yes, I haven't really played it much. I played it with my friend Pyro Jess, and obviously I played it with you as well.
Yeah.
So I haven't really played it too much, if I'm honest with you. And like, this is again, I'll let you explain because I feel like I'm kind of like sitting in the seat a little bit too much here, but so to speak, not like literally. I mean, I am sitting in a seat, but
You're gonna go stand up and do a run around, are you?
yeah, gonna have a little bit of a run around while you
Do a bit of a
talk for a
jog.
bit. But no, I feel like I need to give you the reins here a little bit. Talk to me about Back for Blood.
Well, for those that have played Left 4 Dead, it is literally Left 4 Dead 10 years on. But Left 4 Dead, those that haven't played Left 4 Dead, it is a primarily four-player co-op zombie killing game where you're getting from point A to point B and you're trying to survive. Now, the whole point is they've got a AI program, a director that is constantly throwing zombies and enemies at you that is going to try and make things hard. Now, it all comes down to harder difficulty is going to come down to how your team works together, and you've got these things called cards, which changes up the gameplay and depends on how you stack these cards on your character, depends on how you build your character through. So in hard difficulties, you're really going to have to work on team comp. But in the lower difficulties that we're doing at the moment, just go out there and have some fun. Now, the main thing I've noticed that's different from Left 4 Dead, on Left 4 Dead, you get special infected come out. They are pretty hard most of the time, and they're gonna cause issues. Now, in Back for Blood, you get more special infected, but they're not as dangerous. Most of them.
Yeah,
There is a couple that are dangerous, but yeah, carry on, dude.
I was about to say I feel like like if you were to up the because Left 4 Dead doesn't really have a difficulty slider if I remember rightly, or
True.
or it did, but it was literally no. I don't think it did.
I don't think it did.
So you were set at that one difficulty, and I bet you any money if you play it on like one of the harder difficulties, then you're probably going to be like, you get these special infected that will come out, and you go, okay, actually they're a bit of a challenge.
I'm probably gonna be eating my words.
Yeah, but I've only played it on whatever difficulty you and my friend have played it on, and to be honest, I think that's just your regular default setting.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
and even that, if you're not together on certain missions, it can be quite hard, you know.
I don't know.
Um,
Don't know with this powerful PC. I mean, like I just throw that shit at them instead. I'm like, here, take this. And they're like,
take
tasty.
this and run.
I've not seen a 3080 Ti in almost 30 years.
The 3080 Ti is still really expensive. I just can't get hold of one, man.
Yeah.
One day. But yeah, there's like the thing is with Back for Blood as well is the PvP. Unfortunately, I can't say for sure because I haven't played it right, but I've seen a lot about it, and it doesn't look as good as what it is on Left 4 Dead. Because on Left 4 Dead, you go through the campaign maps, you'll have 4 people being the humans, and you actually have 4 people, I think, being the infected. I think it was 4. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. And you become special infected or whatever and try and stop them during the campaign missions. But in Back for Blood, it's like set arenas. It's the same thing, but it's set arenas. It's
Oh,
not the same kind of thing, you
yeah.
know? I hope they change that.
See, the one thing that puts me off a little bit with Back for Blood is it's very samey and repetitive in that respect. It's literally point A, point B, maybe a few like mechanics here and there. Like I saw you were doing the whole like loading a fucking like big old gun thing, like artillery.
Artillery. Yeah, yeah.
But like it's very samey like in that respect because like sure you'll have that at one point, but then the next point is like, oh, you have to like do something else, which is a very much like, oh, defend person A while they load objective B kind of thing. I'm not
See
like
where you're coming from on
like
there for sure. The only thing that makes it like unique is the way they're throwing zombies at you. So each time it
Mhm.
kind of makes it different. But I can definitely see
But
what you're saying from that.
I'm
It's
not
point A to point B.
I'm not saying it's boring by any means, but I feel like it's one of those games where like if you play it like for like a solid like gaming session that like, I say a solid like hardcore gaming session, like, you're talking like 8 hours plus, right? Then eventually, you're just gonna get bored straight away. But if you play it for like maybe an hour or two here and there, like, it retains that fun. So that's kind of what I want to do with this game, but I feel like if I do that, I'm just going to be like left behind in terms of like collecting cards and stuff because I think you have to do that in this game, right?
Do the hard difficulties for sure. But I mean, I think a lot of the fun comes down to playing it with people that you know if you can, because and being in voice
That's
chat, because just having fun with it, you know. Don't take it too serious. Just have a laugh with it. You know, it's nothing more funny than watching your mate walk around the corner and just getting ripped apart by zombies or a special. It's
well,
just
I was gonna say
pretty
that's
funny.
that's where that I was about to say as well. Like having people to play the game with because they don't call me five large fries for a reason. They call me five large wheels.
Five large wheels.
Yeah, I was the fifth. I was the fifth wheel in the party yesterday. Well, I'm sorry. I'm pulling the little guilt strings out, mate. I'm pulling them out. I'm tugging on
The
them.
thing is, those that
You
don't
know.
know, like I always forget when Fries works. I always forget that on a Friday night he's free. So like last night I started up the stream, like, okay, cool, got my party sorted. We started playing and Fries was like, you got a spot? And I'm like, oh man, I completely forgot about Fries. No.
Mate,
Hopefully you're working.
I'll rib you for it, but I don't take it personally. I don't. I was just crying in bed the entire time. I was like, what is the reason to get out of bed? Nah, I'm
No,
joking. I'm joking here, right? Like,
I know, mate.
yeah.
For sure though, I'll make sure I remember that on a Friday in future because it's just
See,
something that I forget.
see, I say that because I know you know that I'm joking, but does the listener know I'm joking? Or do they think I'm being? Of course, I'm being fucking serious. I fucking hate your guts. You're a fucking
A
dick.
hundred, 100% seriousness, man. You didn't even get out of bed last night because of that.
Yeah, in fairness, I was in bed at the time, and I generally like I was like, oh yeah, he's playing. I can play. Blah, blah. I was like, got excited, and you're like, oh no, I'm full. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'll just carry on watching.
Felt bad, man. Feels bad, dude. Feels bad.
Nah, don't. I am just like tugging your guilt strings. Like, don't feel bad. Like, it is like,
Fair
Oh,
play, fair
yo,
play. I
yo,
mean,
fucking awkward turtle coming out right now. Bloop, bloop.
Back for Blood though, guys. If anyone, like, I heard that on PlayStation it's like 70 quid. I don't know if that's real.
Oh.
Now that seems high, but it's just because I'm playing it on Game Pass. It's a perfect Game Pass game. It really is. You know, those kind of games, perfect for it. You can just pick up and have a laugh, not worry about it because you haven't spent anything, and just relax and have a laugh.
I'm actually gonna have a look now on the PlayStation Store. How? Oh, they're charging 60 quid for it.
60, right?
Yeah, and that's for, I think that's for the PS. Oh, it's for PS4 and PS5 version. Okay, so that's.
So it is both at least.
I was about to, oh my god, this is how fucking okay. I've had this rant before, but I'm gonna have this rant again. This just goes to show how much they're pushing this whole like 60 fucking quid malarkey and how normalized that's become. Like, oh my fucking god. So gaming never used to be so expensive. Like gaming used to be like, £40, like in the UK it used to be like £40 for a game, like 39.99 at a push for a brand new AAA game. And then it boosted up to 49.99, and you're kind of like, okay, well, like that became like the norm at that point. There was, I remember back in the
Yeah,
day, like
in a
people
few
kicking off
years.
with that, right? And now it's like it started creeping up. It went to like 55, or it was like 54.99, and then now it's creeped to like 59.99. And you got then there's people who've got the audacity to charge £70 for a game. It's like, fuck me sideways.
How much of Eternal on PS? Not
Eternal,
PS. Returnal.
Returnal. Oh, I should
Yeah,
actually have a
because
look.
that's one of their exclusives, wasn't it? And I mean, it is a roguelike game. It's good, looks good, but apparently it's not like it
Um,
doesn't look like a £70 game. I'm sure it was seventy
yeah,
pound, and it looks
69,
really good. But
69.99, 69.
70 quid, I don't
Yeah,
know how they can normalize that. At least Xbox haven't followed suit.
I mean they
There
kind of
might be
have in
one
a
or
way,
two, but
but
have they? Most of the games that I see are
I
50, 60 on there,
I think
not 70.
a lot of the times the pricing is down to the developer and not the actual like like the store host, for example. So like Sony,
Publisher.
yeah, publisher, yeah, sorry. Um yeah, so it's not like Sony saying, "Oh, we're going to charge like 69.99 for games on our store," for example. Like it's the publisher that does that.
I think
And
it is though, mate. 'Cause I remember Sony coming out and saying it's costing more because it's costing more to develop these games because they're next gen, and it's like, hang on, hang on. It's like, for example, FIFA on PC. I'll keep banging on about this because it's ridiculous, but FIFA 22 on PC, 35 quid or maybe 40 quid. If you want it on Series X, right? Bear in mind that doesn't play with last gen consoles. It's 70 quid. Like, and if you want it on PlayStation, it's 70 quid for the new gen consoles. Last gen, it's 50 or so, or 60. But like,
what I think's naughty
it's
about that, by the way,
how?
is the fact that it's basically the same game, but they've just tuned the graphics up just slightly. There's nothing different about the two versions, right? Nothing different at all, except for like the Series X and the PS5 ones can do 4K or something, but they probably don't do that very well still. Um,
It, it's
you know
just a PC version. That's what I don't get. They're saying, oh, it's
what?
custom built. No, you just change. I know it's not as easy as this, but it's in my head. It's just like you've changed some sliders, you've optimized it, so you've upped the graphics to the point where it's going to run well, and then you've released it. So you've spent a couple of days optimizing it for that because you've already got the PC code, and the PC code is going to be the highest graphics. So you just take that and then downgrade it to make it work on the other consoles, don't you? Normally,
I mean, granted, I'm not a developer, so I don't know. I don't know the processes of like going through and creating things. But I can't imagine. Like, I genuinely can't imagine it costing them an extra few hours of manpower, if that, to
yeah.
In fact, I feel like what they probably do is like they create these games in like for the new consoles, and then they just downscale it. Like, surely that's something that they can do.
It's what you'd think, mate.
Yeah.
You'd work with the PC code and you'd just change it slightly, downgrade it to work for the different consoles as you go down the generations. I mean, just seems a bit nuts to me that they're charging 70 quid for it.
This is crazy. I genuinely don't understand. But what I really don't understand though is how like you can have the PS4 version and the PS5 version, but they can't play with each other. Like, what's
Yeah,
that all about?
that's EA, I
It's
think, being
that
greedy.
I'm not being funny, but like to play online, like for both of those services, it uses the same infrastructure. I know that for like that's the only thing that I know is like it uses the same infrastructure because otherwise, if it didn't, you would have a new username when you bought the new consoles. Like
Yeah,
that's just how it is. You get the new console, it'll be like, okay, sign into your account. Okay, now you need to give yourself a new username because you can't have the same username as before, or vice versa, or you would have to migrate your account from the like the old one to the new one to in order to play. You know what I
it's
mean?
just them stopping it because I mean it's proof in the pudding that PC can't play with console, and the reason they've done that is because of Ultimate Team. Now, Ultimate Team is making them a ridiculous amount of money, as we all know. But if, for example, Xbox and PC could play together and console, then that's going to limit. It's going to double or triple the amount of cards that are available. Say like Ronaldo's at
Oh
zero
shit.
0.1%, on PC and the same on consoles. Now, if you add all those together, then it's a 0.0003%. You know the amount that's there. So there's triple the amount, which makes them less valuable, makes EA earn less money.
That is actually that I never even thought about that, and that is you've hit the nail on the fucking head
It's
because
ridiculous.
it's like yeah, it because for those that are unaware, like Ultimate Team's somewhat like a trading card type of system. It's not like you're playing cards. Like you have to collect like players and stuff, and the players have certain rarities. They have certain stats that make them more valuable and stuff. And you basically build your team from these different like cards essentially, and then you play a match of FIFA using these players like with those stats. And then you have
Yep.
like different if I remember rightly, I don't know if they still have this, but don't they have it so that when you're building an ultimate team, like it takes into account like your nationalities of the team, like your
And
players and stuff,
chemistry,
and
yeah.
chemistry and stuff. Yeah. Like have they played on the same team before type of stuff and all this kind of jazz. And it sort of like it all like builds, and that's how you get like your the ultimate team essentially, right?
It
And
would it would be alright if it was free, like if they didn't charge for packs. But the fact that they charge for packs is
yeah,
the whole issue.
and that's where the issue lies, because like you say, if they're charging for packs, right, you can have like say Ronaldo for example, maybe he's you say he's like a 0.1% chance or whatever, or whatever the stat is. I don't know the stats, right? So he's a 0.1% chance on like PC for example, but then suddenly like there's a bunch of people opening up the cards on say like Xbox, which for some reason people have gotten even more lucky because it is all RNG, and RNG like
Yep.
you know, sure you can say you can manipulate RNG, but at the end of the day, the reason for RNG is literally to make things random, and sure it can be a 0.1% chance, but like there is a chance that you hit that twice, right?
They could limit it though. Being EA, they could,
I mean, there could be
potentially you could limit it to one an hour. So like that 0.01% chance. As soon as someone's got that in that hour, you've got no chance of getting it. But then it depends on how vicious they want to be or that
yeah.
sort of thing.
But the idea, and obviously like you went over it, and I'm going over it in a layman's fucking talk to me like I'm like a 5-year old term, because I'm a fucking idiot like
Better that
this,
way.
right? Um, so the reason, and the reason why you brought I'm getting my words jumbled up because I just started thinking about it. So basically, the say for example, like someone on PC, they open up say like one Ronaldo, like so a bunch of people are opening up, and for some reason there's only one Ronaldo on there. But then like people on the Xbox open it up, and suddenly there's 10 Ronaldos on there. Now that makes that one Ronaldo that would be super fucking rare more like I don't know, it's 10 still small numbers, working with smaller numbers are easy. That makes that one Ronaldo now less rare because there's now 10 more of them like in the pool, making a total
Yeah,
of
like
11,
10 times less rare.
right? Yeah. And
Yeah.
then you then take into the equation of like the older gens, then say like the older gens have like say 20 on there because there's more people playing the older gens, right? Then you've now got like 30, so it'd be 31. so that it makes him even less rare. And the reason, and then because he's less rare, because you earn like you earn FIFA coins or some shit by playing
Yeah,
games.
you don't. Yeah, well, so you don't earn FIFA coins. You earn FIFA points, and you
That's
can
it.
buy FIFA coins. So you can use your FIFA points to open cards. But man, does it take a while compared to those people that are buying them?
Yeah, but you can like use the FIFA points. You can basically buy and sell like the cards on there with the FIFA points, right?
Yes, they got an auction house. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like, if there's like one Ronaldo, like, say he's worth like say a million fucking FIFA points, right? Suddenly there's like 30 more, and they're all like undercutting like that 1 million. So suddenly like those 30 are now undercutting, and it drives the price down because everybody's like, oh, I want to sell it so I can buy like this player or this player or this player, right? So it will drive the price of like that card down, and because it's driving that price down, because am I right in saying as well that you can like dismantle the cards for the points or something? Am I right in saying
Can't
that?
remember if you can do that, but I know that I'm pretty sure that they have a tax on auction house as well, which is like
That's
understandable, but really quite rough at the same time. So every
yeah.
time you buy and sell a player, some of the coins just go into EA just to disappear. You know what I mean? So it's
Like,
more money for them building up.
like the crazy thing about it, I'm again, I wish there was someone that knew a little bit more about it. Like here, I think does Inferno know a little bit of Ultimate Team or not? I'm not sure.
Maybe he's probably the same as me. He knew it a few years back before
Yeah,
it got ridiculous and got out while you still could,
because
while I still had a wallet.
I think if I'm right in saying, say like if you wanted a Ronaldo card, for example, you could say like open say 10 packs, not get him, but then sell the players that you got in those packs and the items and stuff that you got in those packs, because you could get like management cards and stuff as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, if I remember rightly, like trading, just selling your cards is like really don't get hardly anything for it though. But like you have
Yeah,
the auction house, you get a bit.
yeah. So like you could basically like you could buy your buy the packs like with real money and then sell them either on the auction for like the FIFA points or like you can convert them, but obviously you probably wouldn't get as much. I'm not sure how that works, how that mechanic works, but I know that like it's their way of saying, okay, well, you're obviously not going to get Ronaldo in X amount of packs, but if you spend X amount of packs, you can sell those on the auction house and get the money, the points that you need to get Ronaldo, for example. And I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's so that like it drives like people to buy more and more packs, and I think that's like
They
it.
make some serious money, mate. They
Mm,
make some. I can't remember what it was, but I'll look it up. Carry on, mate. I want to see how
it's
much they make.
mate, it's probably a dirty amount. You're probably looking at millions, if not billions. It like I know one of my friends that was like really into it, right? And he I mean, oh, mate, I haven't spoken to the guy in fucking ages saying that, but he was so into it. He goes, oh mate, he's like this. He's like, oh mate, he's like shaking his head, mate. Fuck me, I shouldn't have done this. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? He's like, I've just spent $1,000 on fucking FIFA Ultimate Team. I'm like, excuse me, what? He's like, yeah, I just spent $1,000 on it. I was like, how did you spend $1,000 on it? He's like, I was buying packs, and then one led to another, and I was like, oh fuck me.
They do it in such a way that it makes it so people want to. They literally pry on people to try and get more money out of them from it, and it's not good, you know. And also the worst thing is that next year it's worth nothing. Like your players that you paid for, say goodbye to them. Next year you got to start again.
Yeah, you
You
can't
know,
take them
there's no
over, can you?
yeah, there's no legacy mode where like I had an idea a few years back where they should make it so you get last year's team, but you can only play last year's teams with like other last year's teams as friendlies. So at least it would give you something, you know what I mean? You'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
play me with last year's team, mate, and you can play a friendly of each other's with last year's teams. It would be called legacy mode. But
yeah, yeah.
no, you know what I mean? No,
Nah,
nothing. They've just got to buy it all again. So people do spend thousands. You hear of people spending like 20, 30,000 clearing out their parents' bank accounts and stuff, you know, because they just
mate,
got addicted to just buying them.
that is so fucking bad. I can't believe that. Well, I can believe that actually because it is a form of gambling, right?
Yeah, of course. They pry on people for, you know, they pry on it and they hope
And
that people are going to get locked into it.
and I'm right in saying that they do like these events. Like I don't know if they do them like on a Sunday or something. I'm not sure. Like I just remember like watching a video and someone was like, "Oh yeah, I get fucking mad at fucking Ultimate Team every weekend." And he's like, and then people are like, I don't know why you do it to yourself. He's like, FOMO, mate, FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah. Have
And
you read
it's
that?
true.
What I just put in there?
Um,
The statement on that I just got from
okay, let me
online.
read it. FIFA is the biggest football game on the planet and is one of the most popular video games of any genre on all consoles as well as on PC. As a result, it makes billions of dollars each year for publisher Electronic Arts, with much of that income derived from the FIFA Ultimate Team game mode.
Oh yes,
Yep.
billions.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would be billions, to be honest, because what people forget is like for the American audience, I know soccer's not your thing, right? But you obviously, I'm pretty sure you're aware of how big soccer is around the world. Like the entirety of Europe pretty much plays like football or soccer, should we call it for you guys? So Europe plays soccer, like the UK plays soccer, Brazil plays soccer, like Mexico play. These are all like countries and regions. And to be fair, there's people with valid. It sounds like I'm fucking saying that Americans don't give a shit about soccer. I mean, there's some Americans that do, but I think like for them, their like sport of choice is like your Madden, right?
Yeah,
Like
football,
it's
American football.
stereotypical. Like Americans like football, and we like football. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these guys have barbecues outside and stuff on the big ones. That's quite cool.
Mate, I tell you what, Americans go big and go home, and I fucking
Yeah,
love that about them. Like America, don't fucking change, except obviously get rid of racism and stuff. So change that kind of stuff.
yeah.
But
Let's change
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
yeah,
But
don't change your football ways because it looks
yeah,
pretty cool.
like they really go fucking big with like the Super Bowls and stuff like that. Like whenever like these big events come on, like it makes me really want to watch it. And the other thing is like NBA. I love basketball, man. Basketball is so fucking fun to watch. Like maybe I'm like on my own in that, but like I rate like watching NBA over any other sport. Like because at least there's an element like I mean obviously sport is skill anyway, but at least with basketball there's an element of skill to it as well. Because like I know for like it's you gotta get this ball inside this like this. Oh god, that sounds so sexual now that I'm saying it.
I was about to say he's gonna fall for it.
I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna get this ball into this hole, and I'm just like, name of my
What's-
sex tape.
And the further distance you do it, the more points you get.
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
oh.
But mate, some of the shots that I've seen in fucking the NBA and stuff, and even the college basketball as well, it's just been fucking insane.
Yeah,
Like
those guys are good.
they are so fucking good. But the one thing, speaking of which, is Shaquille O'Neal. How fucking big that man is unreal.
He is
Like
hedge.
we
Tall.
I had to get like a tape measure out the other day and measure like a height of
Well,
like
it's not that kind of podcast.
behave. And I had to measure like a height of I think it was like something stupid like 2 meters 15 or something like this, which I think is roughly the same height as Shaquille O'Neal. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, bruh, he would dwarf me and then some.
He's a man mountain.
He is a machine. Like you would see him and you'd be like, nah, I ain't fucking with this motherfucker. Like he could just like clap in your general direction and knock you over. Like that's how fucking big he is. Like
He'd literally walk over you, just step over you. Like, sorry, mate.
yeah, he would. He would like you'd be like a pebble to that man. Be like
Peasants.
he'd like accidentally step on you. Like in fact, he could accidentally step on me, look at his shoe and go, "Oh, I stepped in shit."
Yeah, he's just like a bug at the bottom, like, like still twitching.
Fucking that man is a legend though. He is a legend. But yeah, I love NBA. NBA is a fun sport to watch. Like NBA and the MLB. MLB is really fun as well. Major
Hmm.
League Baseball.
I never tried the game that is came out on Game Pass, didn't it? The
Yeah.
MLB game. Never tried that.
Yeah, I like MLB. MLB's there's a little bit more skill to that as well because you've got like a very thin bat with a very small ball and you've got to smack that shit as hard as you can.
It's like Rounders on steroids.
It really is. Yeah. But we don't have rounders as a sport over here though. We have it as
Yeah,
like we
people,
play it in fucking physical education. You don't play it as like a, you know what I mean?
those that are American right now, like what's rounders? It's literally just like a kids version of NBA. Well, what?
MLB. You get you.
That's the one.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure in terms of the rules of like MLB. Do they throw their bat down and like they don't run with the bat either, do they? They have to put their bat down, don't they? Right?
I think so, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Oh shit! I just noticed the time, boys. We've been going for. I say boys as if fucking Inferno's here. Uh, we've been going for a long time. So anyway, I think it's about time we end the show right here. So yeah, thank you all so much for listening and watching and all that kind of jazz. You guys are fucking awesome. Don't forget to check us out on Discord, all that kind of jazz. All the links are going to be in the description below, but you can find me obviously here on YouTube, all that kind of jazz. So from me, 5 large fries, that's going to be it. Goodbye.
From me, Flatline Plays. Thanks for listening.
And obviously you can check out Flatline on Twitch. It's slash Flatline Plays with a Z. So it's,
Thanks, dude.
yeah, I got you covered, boy. I got you covered. Anyway, take care, guys, and we'll see you next week. And we'll probably have the whole gang here. Yeah, you get the idea. Boy.
Huzzah! Well, that's a start, mate. That's a start, isn't it?
The whole fucking time.
Even the outro.
The outro.
You could visit 5 or 6 stores, or just one.
Oh no. I don't think it. I'm gonna have to jump into that real quick. Podcast recordings did that fucking. Oh no! Oh no! Wait. What's the date today?
The date, mate,
23rd.
is the 23rd.
There is something here for like 0 seconds. I must have clicked it by accident. Oh, I'm so fucking dumb.
Mate, my mouse is knackered at the moment anyway, so I keep doing that by accident. Like, it makes me feel drunk, genuinely drunk, when I click on my mouse, like double click, and it doesn't double click.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like, it's clicked once. It makes me feel like I disconnect from my PC, and it makes me feel ill. It makes me feel drunk, mate. It's weird. Like, I have it with games though, mate. If I like load up on like a game and I can't get the sensitivity right to what I match, then it gives me a disconnect from the game, and it starts to give me it starts to bake me out,
Mate.
And it's weird.
I feel you on that. Well, we're gonna have to start again. This is depressing. This is actually depressing. I'm glad I caught it at the beginning rather than like do the whole episode and go, oh wait, we didn't fucking record.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I appreciate you checking it out.
There's so many fucking outtakes that were so fucking genuinely amazing, so fucking good. There was like fucking a unicorn like riding around on a fucking unicycle because Uni and Uni makes a duo. It was so fucking magical, and now you guys ain't even gonna hear that. You're not gonna hear the clown music that was going. Oh god, it was like
You could visit 5 or 6 stores, or just one.
You can listen to 5 or 6 podcasts or just one.
Or just one.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Well, at least we got some fucking outro to put in the outro. Let's start again.
We already had an outro. Damn it.
We had an outro and it's not there
good.
anymore. It was amazing. It was genuinely like the most amazing outro. I was so hyped to put that in the fucking show, and it's gone. And then we had the Inferno here. We actually had Inferno here, but he's not even here now because he's. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Here's your outtakes. Enjoy the outtakes, you little fuckers. I'm so fucking mad. I'm so fuming. I'm bringing out my notepad so I can get show notes so that I'm not fucking this up anymore. Right. 3, 2, 1. Fuck off with your outtakes. Here's the show.